Hey you butts, it's Hoseki-chan. Kind of an impromptu surprise gorilla stream. Yeah, I don't know. With Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out, I really wanted to make some Final Fantasy Perlers, so I was like, might as well just like stream while doing it, right? I also have Packs and Perls order to make, and if anyone ends up buying anything, which obviously there's no obligation to, we will open it up on the stream, but no worries either way. I was also thinking for Final Fantasy VII, we should give away a pack of Final Fantasy cards. You know, that'd be kind of cool. So that will be later on in the stream. Hello, Revive Snow! Nice to see you. Willow, I'm going to call you out. What was your username before? Because I see that you've been following for a while. I feel bad. Did you change your username recently, or I just closed chat? I feel rude because I'm like, who is that? Open chat back up. There we go. Our weather's been weird too. We had like no snow this winter at all. Like we had a little bit of snow, which is so weird for living in Canada. Like you always expect snow. But then the other day I woke up at 10 in the morning to loud thunder strikes. I was like, what the fuck? Like you don't normally get storms just like in the morning. That usually happens overnight, right? Oh, Valzabi! Okay, that makes so much sense. Okay, thank you. Thank you. That helps. Yeah, and then the next day or the next night we had thunderstorms, and I heard this loud bang outside after the storm had kind of settled. So I was like, that's odd. But I just kept watching my TV show, and then I saw police cars and fire trucks, you know, emergency vehicles coming down my street. And then I heard the siren stop, so I'm like, oh crap, they must be pretty close. So I go onto my balcony and I can smell burning rubber. So I'm like, whoa, what's going on? So the nosy neighbor I am, I go outside to see what's going on. And there is a truck across the street just smoking. So I don't know if it got struck by lightning or what happened, because I'm not nosy enough to actually go ask questions. But yeah, that was pretty exciting and pretty wild. So I kind of watched that show go down a little bit and then went back in and watched my show, but yeah. So everyone seemed fine. It wasn't like a full-blown fire or anything, and they put out the smoke pretty quickly, but that's pretty wild. You had hail in Toronto. Interesting. I heard that there was hail warnings. We had hail like a month ago randomly. That's pretty wild though, eh? Like this is such a weird year. I wonder if it's because of the wildfires, you know, because this is like the first year that I've seen like this little snow. Like it just is blowing my mind that this winter's been so tame. I keep like thinking like, oh, eventually we'll get it, and then it's just like it's just not coming. We're just not getting the snow. So, yeah. Pretty wild. I was like, with all this wild weather, this is the year we're gonna get a tornado in the winter. Like you never know at this point. I wouldn't be surprised by anything. But yeah, I hope everyone's been doing well. How are you guys? I've been a little stressy, depressing myself, but I'm doing my best. Trying to find a job right now. So yeah, I figured I'd relax and do some perlering. The only one I've made so far is Vincent Valentine because he's like one of my favorites. But I want to make not all the others, that'd be way too many. The main characters, you know? In celebration for Final Fantasy Rebirth coming out. I won't be playing it. I'm gonna wait. I still haven't played the first one even. I'm just happy that it's happening, you know? Like, when I was a kid, I always imagined a remake for Final Fantasy VII, but I was like, oh, it probably won't happen until I'm like 40. So I'm just happy that it's happening at all. So I'm just gonna enjoy it in my own pacing. My mom has played the first part over and over. Like I think you can play it on different difficulties, and I think she's played it on all the difficulties. So she's really bummed out because she's playing it on PlayStation 4. And it's not coming out on PlayStation 4. It's coming out on PlayStation 5, which she doesn't have. So I was like, oh, the remake's coming out. Are you gonna play it? Not realizing that I was like adding salt to the wound because she can't play it because she's not a PC gamer. Yeah, it feels bad. But yeah. I want to start with I have a Pack and Perl order. The person didn't want me to say their name, but they said that they ordered this as a little pick-me-up for themselves. So I'm gonna put together a little video for them of this footage. So they ordered a pack of Paradox Rift, and whatever we get for the hit, I will be making out of perlers. So that's what we're gonna start with today. So that's an option that I have in my shop if anyone's interested. I don't know if I did a 3-pack bundle. I think there's the option to get 1 pack and I make the hit out of it, or 3, and if not, then that will be a thing. I've been slowly editing my shop and adding things and changing prices because apparently everything's set in American, and the Canadian dollar is so shitty right now that like I had to go and manually adjust all the Canadian prices because they were set to American, and it just made everything so expensive. So I've been like, you know, troubleshooting and trying to make everything a little bit better. I'm brand new to all this, so you know, it's been a learning experience for sure. But yeah, let's see. We'll do a Pack and Perl for Anonymous. Let's hope we get something really good for them. Since this is a pickup, I want them to be really happy. Cutie patootie Anju, how are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Are you excited for Sparkle? Guess what? I watched the Sparkle trailer, which I didn't realize that I'll dub over the. No, okay. Let's give this a moment. I watched the Sparkle trailer, which I didn't realize that they do trailers for every character. So yeah, really cool. So I'm gonna have to go through and watch all of those. I was thinking about doing that on stream, but super hype. What a bop! Oh my god, so cool. So last night before it turned over to Sparkle, I was like, you know, I'm just gonna do a poll and get a little bit closer to my 50-50. I wasn't even that close to my 50-50. I think I was like 40 pulls deep, and I pulled frickin' Black Swan. And I don't have enough saved to get back to my 50-50, so I wasted it on Black Swans, and now I'm nervous I'm not gonna be able to get Sparkle, and she's so cool. I love her so much. So I guess I'll just have to play nonstop frickin' Honkai Star Rail just so I can get Sparkle. But yeah, I know a lot of people are passing on Sparkle to get shoot, I forget the girl's name, the blue-haired girl. But not me. I want to get Sparkle, if I can. Alright, let's see if this is focused enough. Yeah, pretty much is. Awesome. Okay, so thank you for the hydrate. I will do that after, but first, let's pull this pack for Anonymous. So they said they don't want the code. Card trick is 1. Alright, big hits, big hits. This is to cheer someone up, so we want big, exciting, tasty hits. Ready? We got Surskit, Magby, Flamigo, Porygon, super cute, Cyclizar, Professor Sexy, Miansho. For the reverse, we have got Toadschool, Bug Trio, and Iron Moth. That's kind of disappointing. So for the Perler, which one should we make then? Because I don't think there's actually a box sprite for Iron Moth. I can look though. But there definitely is for Toadschool and Bug Trio. So let's take a moment and figure that out. And I'll take your hydrate. Thank you so much. Let's see. Iron Moth. Oh, also all the music is by John Oaf Guitars. He is very talented and I really enjoy his music. Oh, thank you for the headbat. Thank you for the spam. Did the headbat work? Is it still broken? Hiccups. I drank 1 sip of water. Come on, man. Is it broken? It is broken. Damn. I thought I fixed that. I thought we could give head pats. Also, make sure you get your bingo cards to win the Final Fantasy pack of cards if you're interested in that kind of thing. Okay, what about Toad School? I play Final Fantasy Online, so I got an email that said that your Gold Saucer invitation was accepted, and I was like, wait, what did I do? I didn't buy anything. Like, what's going on? I didn't realize it's just an ad for Final Fantasy Rebirth. Sprite. So that's how I figured out that that was coming out, because I try to stay... I don't go on Twitter that much, so... I know I've got a Sprite for this somewhere. Yeah, I panicked because I thought like I had accidentally bought something on the Final Fantasy online shop. Speaking of Honkai, I really gotta play more because I'm really far behind in the story, and everyone's telling me the story is like super good. I have a collection of newer sprites somewhere. Don't mind me. Is this them there? It is. Very blurry. Yeah, we'll do Toad School for their Perler. That's pretty cool. I haven't done him before, so I think that's what we'll do. And then we'll do the Final Fantasy sprites, because that's what I'm really looking forward to. Let's see. Oh, cute. I actually really like this sprite. Okay, cool. That's what we'll do. Cute. I love getting an opportunity to make new Pokemon sprites. Like, eventually I'm going to make them all 1,000 whatever exists. So it's always nice to check something off the list. Alright, let's see what's going on. Ah! Thank you for the app. Bless you for the hiccups. Thank you. I think to add hiccups, you have to put a plus on the end. So it's exclamation point, hic, plus. But I appreciate you trying to do that for me. Dabloons! It has been a while. Wow, how are you? How have things been? I know, I don't stream very often. I really should. I'm prioritizing job searching right now and like other things, so I'm telling myself like streaming's irresponsible to do, but I love streaming and I miss it. Okay, so we are going to make... We should get another stand for that. 1 sec. This music's so nostalgic. It makes me so happy. Let's put the card we're making right here. Yeah, that works. Actually, I don't need such a big board for this one. Hopefully the hunt goes well. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's not. It's it's not going very well. There's just so many, I find there's just so many like fake job ads out there, especially if you're doing job searching online. But there is a job fair coming up soon. Do I have any Gengars? Like in Perlers or in cards? I love Gengar. I just found out that I don't have any Gengar plushies. I'm like, what the crap is wrong with me? Gengar is my absolute favorite. How do I manage? I don't know if anyone follows me on Perler Decks on Instagram. I just posted a picture of all of my plushies. It's also on the Discord too, if you are in the Discord. Yeah, I was surprised. I'm like, Gengar's my boy. I have Haunter, but not Gengar. I definitely do have some Gengar cards, including a giant lenticular of, let's see, Gengar VMAX and Mew. That's up on my wall. I have it framed. So it's like one of those oversized ones that you see in like window displays. Yeah, that's probably my favorite one. And then for perlers, yeah, I've definitely made Gengar. I've made all the ghosty boys. Gengar's my favorite as well. Gengar was my favorite when I was a kid, because of the TV show. Here, I'll show you the Gengars I have so far. I don't know if I still if I sold them or if I still have some around. Let's see. Yeah, some. No, I can't really get that in there. I keep them in a binder. Some of my perlers. Here, I'll just pull Gengar out. Come on now. Don't be shy. Yeah, I like Gengar because of the TV show. I thought Sabrina was really cool, and I wanted to be like her. And I like how like the ghosts were like misunderstood, and they're like perceived as creepy, but really they're just like goofy little guys, just want to make people smile. I found that kind of relatable and fell in love with them. Yeah. I've made, if you look on my Instagram on Perler Decks, I have made, I think there's a link. I've made Gengar, I've made Mega Gengar, I've made Giant VMAX Gengar, you know, like the different ones. Yeah, VMAX, Gigantamax, that's what it's called. I wonder if I can just type in this and give you the link. Yeah. That's actually where I started with my Perler stuff, was on Instagram. I had a Discord server about Gengar and you joined it and got people updated. Oh yes, I do remember that. I do remember that. How's that going? I don't know if I'm still in that or not. I went through a thing where I just like left a lot of Discord servers and then I ended up rejoining a lot of them. It's just like I got too many. I was tired of notifications, and then someone was like, "You can turn notifications off." I was like, "Wait, what? You can turn notifications off? That's amazing." That changed my perspective on things. I hate notifications. They really bug me. They kind of trigger me. So I turn notifications off of absolutely everything if I can. And it's funny because like I'll let things annoy me, but I won't realize that they're annoying me. Like people are like, "Oh, you could just turn it off." I'm like, "I know," but I like just keep forgetting. Like I just don't do it for some reason. I don't know. I got taken down. Sadly, someone raided it. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. People suck. People are the worst. That's unfortunate. I hope other than that life's been treating you good, though. I appreciate you for coming by and hanging out with us. Yeah, this is just gonna be like a chill kind of Perler stream, so I won't feel bad if you guys end up lurking most of it, or I just appreciate you even just for popping in and saying hi. I think I want to do Honkai next. I said I was gonna do Baldur's Gate next, but I really want to catch up on Honkai. And then I really want to get Sparkle, so I want to get more Stellar Jades for Sparkle. Got a little bit of a shake on me today. Maybe that angle kind of sucks for Perlers. You can't really tell what I'm doing. Let's see. That's better. I wanted to have all my card stuff in the background, but like honestly, it'd be better just to be able to see what I'm doing, right? Again, I'm new to all this. Yeah, it's a little bit better. I think I actually think I can do better than that. Yeah, and then I can put the card here, so you know what I'm making. And we'll do it the other way around. There we go. Life has been going great. I'm going to Japan soon. Oh wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. I'm so jealous. I've always wanted to go to Japan. I hope you have an awesome time. Do you know, like, where specifically in Japan are you going? That is like my ultimate dream. I was actually talking to my to a friend about how it's better to spend money on experiences than like material things. And I was like, why did I pay 10 grand for schooling that I didn't even want when I could have just gone to Japan and then I would have been able to die happy. That would have been a much better investment. Memories, man. That's where it's at. Q&A? I mean, feel free. If I don't want to answer, I won't. But I am always open to talk about things. Usually. Yeah, absolutely. Any questions you want to throw my way? Feel free. Let me think for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm actually kind of glad that we're making Toad School, because like, why I probably wouldn't have made him myself without this motivation. Going to Tokyo to do school there? Oh, that's so cool! You should be so proud of yourself for that. That's amazing. That means you speak Japanese and everything, right? See, I want to say you're so lucky, but obviously it's not luck that puts you in those situations, right? Like you worked for that, and that's really cool. Well, if you're still in our Discord, you'll have to send pics of some of the cool things that you see when you're out and about. That'd make me really happy. Up to you though, no pressure. Then I can live vicariously through you. Since I'll be stuck on Canadian soil for quite a while. Nice, cool. I'm excited. Lots more exciting than what I have coming up, really. I'm the only things I have to look forward to are like concerts and stuff. Going to Shrek Rave, that's a thing. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the big one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. That's all the black. You might live in Japan. That's so amazing. I'm so jealous. You're living the dream, my friend. Just like going off anywhere on your own though, make sure you stay safe, okay? Are you going by yourself? Or it'd be so it'd be exciting but also kind of scary to move to like a whole new country on your own. I'd do it, but still. It just you'd like I'd assume it'd be a little isolating, you know? As cool as it would be. And I hear that that's like the major complaint that people have when they move to Japan, is that they, deal with isolation and loneliness and stuff. Just from the keep to yourself kind of culture. Yeah, dark gray. Wow, you're so brave. You're going by yourself? That's so cool. Stay safe, my friend. Share all your adventures. There. No. Yeah, this music has a direct line to my nostalgia bone. My mom and I used to play, well, not just my mom, my parents and I used to play Final Fantasy VII together. The game, even like with its crappy graphics back then, used to blow my mind. Like I just thought the world was just so beautiful. And I'd always be bummed out when like it was my bedtime and then they would just keep playing and I'd miss out on a lot. But we spent a lot of time bonding over Final Fantasy games, so they'll always kind of be really nostalgic and a big part of my life. I actually surprised my mom on a phone call the other day when I told her I still have her old PlayStation 1 save card for Final Fantasy VII. They bought a PlayStation just so they could play 7. Like they grew up playing like the original Final Fantasies on like Nintendo and stuff, on the Super Nintendo? No, regular Nintendo, right? That's what came out for, right? Final Fantasy 1. I played it on the Game Boy, so we all enjoyed the same game, just different generations of it. Kind of looks like a lighter gray. Sorry, I kind of get quiet when I color pick. 34 looks about right. What's your favorite anime and why? So I don't actually watch a lot of anime these days, but one that'll always be kind of dear to me and like I deem it my favorite is Steins Gate. And it's funny because I almost didn't end up watching it because I thought like the first episode was kind of boring, and so I didn't touch it for a while. But once I gave it like an honest try, it just I like ones that can make you emotional. You know, I like things that can make you feel. And that one I thought like the themes of time travel and everything were really exciting and really neat and captivating. But overall, I just like the fact that you know, you get attached to the characters and it's really well done. I like time travel-y themes though, in general. Like I was a big Doctor Who fan growing up. Let's see, I need pink. What is your favorite anime? Maybe I'll do the brown first. Kind of a sandy brown. Yeah, so then like I liked a lot of like slice of life animes. I really liked Clannad because that one was really emotional. Or at least the after story was. Like Your Lie in April. Like I'm just a sucker for sappy emotional content in general. Doctor Who is my first non-anime show I watched in my life. Where did you start? Where did you start? It's funny because my grandpa and I didn't have a lot to like bond over. He liked Star Trek and Doctor Who and watching golfing and curling and stuff. And like he would always watch it on mute when we were by. So when I was young, I was like always so bored. But I think it's funny that like we could kind of talk about Doctor Who later. I watched the future generations. He watched the past generations. I started with David Tennant though. He is amazing. I love him so much. It's nice to see him in Good Omens. That was so good too. Yeah, Doctor Who, it is amazing, but it can be hit or miss. Sometimes it's like insanely cheesy. You know, like the bad episode, especially in the Doctor Who in the David Tennant era, it's like an episode could be really good or just really bad. You know? And you just gotta take it for what it is. Like, I don't think the bad episodes discredit the good ones. So I was always nervous to try to introduce Doctor Who to people, because, like, they could watch one of those, like, not as good episodes and be completely thrown off of it. I'm like, no, trust me! It gets better! They're not all like this! It's like, when it slaps, it slaps. I'd say I was... Oh, my favorite anime is Bleach? Oh, nice! Yeah, I remember watching Bleach. That was good. It was a long time ago, though. It had a really good, like, theme song. A lot of shonen animes back then had really good theme songs. I was watching a YouTuber who did Gary's Mod, and he did a Doctor Who video, and I was watching it because I was watching him talk about it. Oh, cool! I don't know what introduced me to Doctor Who, like what got me interested in it. I want to say maybe a friend did. I have no idea. That was so long ago. I'm not sure. I know that I was absolutely obsessed with it. And then I fell off after Matt Smith, and then I haven't really watched anything since. Maybe that's too light. Maybe the other brown's too dark. Yeah, and I hear the Doctor after Matt Smith is actually pretty good, so I should give him a chance. I just kind of, I don't know, losing David Tennant was a lot of, like, Matt Smith was good, and I really liked Amy and Rory and Riversong and all of that. But it all felt different after David Tennant, you know? Like, he was just another level. Capaldi, that's right, that's his name. Yeah, I heard that Capaldi's pretty good. I've heard that a lot of people don't like the girl doctor that was after that, but I don't know. What do you think about her? I think people just don't like change, and that could be the problem. Okay, maybe I try making this not so dark. I mean, it is that kind of contrast. I'll see it through, and then if I want to change the colors after, I will. I'm such a perfectionist when it comes to color matching that this probably won't even be what it looks like by the time I'm done. Not a bright pink, it's kind of like a soft peachy pink. Sorry if my character wigs out a lot. I'm my perler shelf is on the floor. Jodie Whittaker's writing wasn't good. Aw, that's a shame. Like, you're trying to stand out, and people are already going to be negative about you because, you know, you're your first female doctor, and people don't like change. So to have the writing fail you that's disappointing. I feel for her then. Oh, the sprite looks darker than what they're trying to portray here. Maybe I'll go a little darker. I need more of this pink. We'll try this. We'll try this color combination, and like I said, I can change it later. I need to. She's a good actor, but the network swapped writers and it wanted to drive a political agenda message. Oh, that's irritating. That's unfortunate. Yeah, a good writer, or a bad writer, can make and break a show for sure. What's your favorite game of all time? It's another biased question because I have a lot of nostalgic memories to Final Fantasy X. I thought the game was really beautiful. It made me cry, which is always like a plus for me. I don't know, I just think it's amazing. You just know something's well written or well done if you can feel emotions for a non-existent character. And I always thought that was really beautiful how like a story or a song or a game can do that, especially back then. You didn't really see emotional games like that. Like, I mean, even just story-based games in general weren't so easy to find. So it's like one of the first games that ever had like, well, I'd say good voice acting, but like it was at the time. And it just told a really beautiful story. And then when Final Fantasy X-2, when I got that, it was just like a complete whiplash of tone that I did not expect. So I hated it with a passion as a kid. But then we reapproached it on stream. And you know, it's cheesy, but it's not bad. I would never be titled my favorite or anything, but it's not as bad as I made it out to be when I was a rebellious little teenager. But yeah, Final Fantasy X will always be dear to me. And it's like my lifelong favorite. Modern games, like ones that I've really liked. I really liked Hades. I haven't played completely through. I don't know, cause like there's a lot of games that are fun, and I really enjoy playing them. But like it's gotta be more than that for it to be titled my favorite. Like, yeah, like beautiful, like Final Fantasy. I don't know, I'd have to think about that other games, because like that's just been my answer forever. So I don't really know. I don't know. I really, 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 really liked like Skyrim and Fallout and those kind of games. They were kind of mind-blowing when they came out too. Sandboxy with lots of story, you can make your own choices, like I like that kind of stuff. Baldur's Gate could very well be my favorite, but I don't play it enough really, because I save it for stream and then like I always want to do different streams, so I could foresee it being like my favorite. I really love it so far. I think it's really cool. I just haven't gotten very far. Random question, do you have a reference sheet for your model, specifically the hair? I can find. I don't really have a reference sheet, but like I can provide the model. Why? I've never been asked that before. Yeah, actually, like to be honest, I didn't really design Hoseki per se. The people, so Chair V, I'll type it in. One sec. Is a group that does models based on the character creators that they have. So they have like you just kind of like design a character through their character creator, and then they'll make a model, and it's relatively inexpensive comparatively to other models. At least back then. I don't know what it's like now because it's been a few years. It just was like kind of a good way for me to get started. And I love it. I love the art style and everything. There is just some things that I would do differently to the design if I could. So if I ever did get another model, I definitely would change some things. The outfit for one, I'll show you. I don't love the way that like the jacket and skirt transitions. I'd probably go for like an open jacket style. Boo 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 boo. I also probably wouldn't make it so lolly. And definitely not so skinny, because I don't want to be like a liar. I've got thick thighs, man. And so like I wouldn't want my model to be overly sexual or anything, but I definitely wouldn't want it to be so like young, you know, like so like lolly. But so far that hasn't been a problem. I thought like having she's not lolly, but having like that art style for a model might attract the wrong kinds of people. But honestly, I haven't had an issue, so that's pretty good. I'm really grateful for that. Because I'm not someone that wants to make sexual content or be sexualized at all, so I don't want to be a booba tuber, or you know, I don't want to attract creepy lolly fans or anything. But no, it's been actually pretty good. But yeah, and so I was just kind of getting bored of having just the basic hairstyle, so I figured if I keep the fringe the same and just get like a different something a little bit different, it would satisfy my urge to get a new model. You know, I like the idea. If I love the idea of having a model that has different outfits and different hairstyles. Like, it's so fun. That's the one thing I'm jealous of with like big VTubers. I never want to be a big VTuber. I've said that many times. I like having little pressure. I like just like popping in casually and just hanging out with some people. I don't want having a chat that flies super fast, you know, all those kind of things. But I am jealous that bigger VTubers can like get new models all the time. Like, it just sounds so fun. It's just so cool to see all the new outfits that they get and stuff. My favorite game is Silent Hill 3. Which one's 3? 1 second. I need to see an image to draw it to my mind. I think 3 is the one with that girl, right? Silent Hill 3. Yeah, actually, oh my gosh. Someone told me that I look like her in real life. They really wanted me to do a cosplay of her because apparently we have a very similar facial structure. Yeah, I love Silent Hill. That's another thing, like, I don't play horror games much, but I'm fascinated with the idea that like horror games can scare me because like horror movies don't. But the amount of fear that you get when you're playing a game because you're in control of it, right? It's just so much more scary. And so I went looking for hard copies of the Silent Hill games on PlayStation, and they're like $100 now. Like they're hard to find. So I was like, fuck that. So I should probably just get an emulator for them. So I tried getting an emulator and it like wigged out. It was like, I don't know, like the background would disappear and then you get stuck and you couldn't like activate doors and I don't know. So I just kind of gave up on that. But those are games I would absolutely love to play. Especially there's one that's catered to your specific fears, right? Like I remember hearing about it in high school that there's one that you take a survey first. Is that like not Chain of Memories? That's Kingdom Hearts. Or is it? It's something like that. Shattered Memories, yes. That one sounds really intriguing to me. The fact that it like caters to your specific fears from what I've heard. But no, those games are also really pretty and really unique, especially for the time that they came out. I don't know about the new games, but I'm talking about like the old PlayStation ones. So I've played the one with James. Somebody lent me that. And I didn't even get a weapon for like an hour. I was stuck in that like when you're walking through the fog at the beginning because I was so scared of something jumping out. So it took me so long to actually like play the game. I I actually had to start playing it with my mom because I was too scared to play it on my own. Two is with James. That was really good though. It's such a mind fuck. Definitely a really cool series. I don't know, is it weird to call them pretty? Because they kind of are, you know? It's just like, I don't know, PlayStation 2 games, like, they just hit different. It's a very different for gaming. Like, now it's normal for games to be pretty, but like, back then, it was really unique. That's why I was always drawn to like Square Enix, right? Because they're just like eye candy. Uh, I'm practicing drawing. I'm trying to do the hair on your model at the moment. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's a little complicated. Just oh, that's sweet. Thank you for considering me as a reference. They're just kind of braids, you know, just like long, messy braids. What to do? I can like move up. See? Like long, messy braids. Cheryl, Heather, Mason, they're expensive nowadays. That's why I get it on PC. Yeah, fair. Absolutely. I mean, do you have like a mod thing that you'd recommend for playing them? Because like I said, I downloaded a mod thing, or not mod, emulator, that's the word. I downloaded an emulator in hopes I could play that and the old Evil Dead for the PlayStation, because I really enjoyed watching my dad play that one when I was a kid. And they just had so many issues, it almost made them unplayable. So I was just like, oh, maybe like PlayStation games are hard to emulate or something. So it kind of deterred me from trying further. But I'd have a lot of fun playing those on stream. Oh my gosh, I need to get one of those like low polygon models that people use when they play old PlayStation games. That'd be cute. Low poly Hoseki, let's go. Did you like the Silent Hill movies as well, or just the games? Also, how do you feel about like the newer Silent Hill games? Because I've heard a lot of people hate on modern Silent Hill games. But like I said, I've never played them. Like the one with Josh, some Homecoming or something. I'm not sure. I remember people weren't super receptive of that one. I think for the same reason as Resident Evil, and that the controls were annoying. That's That's another one that my dad played a lot when I was growing up, was Resident Evil games. It's funny because he would rent them and then get really annoyed because like he'd beat them in an hour or two and then take them back like, well, I didn't really get my money's worth because it only lasted me like an hour. So then he'd like take it back and get a different one. I don't have any mods. No, I meant emulator. I keep saying mods, but I mean emulator. Just mixing up my terms. There we go. That's Toad School. I might adjust some of the colors for him later. But that is finished for now. Let's make some Final Fantasy characters. Ba-ba-ba. Set him somewhere where he won't get bumped. Yeah. Who should we start with? Cloud, Tifa, Ares. I mean, should probably start with our boy, right? Just makes sense to kind of make Cloud first. I absolutely love these old school style pixel sprites. There's a book, a Final Fantasy, like a Square Enix Final Fantasy pixel art collection book. That's really cute. That has all these models in it. Cloud, yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Also, just let me check something first before we get started. Also, if anyone orders anything, not that I'm putting any pressure on that, just let me know. Because I get like hyper focused, so I might not notice at first. I took a screenshot, by the way, so... Oh, thank you. I will do that. I don't know, I don't mind hanging out. No one gets to see my cute pigtails because I'm always lower. I wanted to put like little bows on the ends of the pigtails, and I was like, what's the point? Because you never see them. There. Now the real test. Did that screw up my throw? Ah, no, it's fine. That's exciting. I'm so excited that you're drawing. When I was a kid, I mean, I've always kind of liked drawing. I've kind of fell off of drawing, which is really disappointing. But that's like that was what I identified as. Like I was the artist kid, right? And I always wanted to create something, like my own characters, or create a show or a comic or something, so that people would make fan art of them, because I thought that was like the coolest thing. Like the best compliment a creator could receive is that people would enjoy something that you made enough to make fan art of it. And so, I don't know, having people make fan art of Hoseki is just like the coolest fucking thing to me. Like that's just the greatest thing. Like let's go back to my BRB screen. Like those are all, most of these were done by Potato. Their username is Hi, I'm a Sad Potato. I think they're streaming these days. Let's see if I can shout them out. Hope I spelled this right. That's not how you shout out, is it? No. What did I do wrong? I mean, oh, maybe you need an @ symbol in there. I'm such an old lady about things. Third time's charm. No. Alright, well, I tried. Anyway. Yeah, and then my friend Clarky made some art of Hoseki for Christmas. And like that made me want to cry. It's so cool. Especially since like as an artist myself, or as someone who used to be an artist, I used to find making art for other people like the hardest thing to do. Because I'm such a perfectionist and I never felt like anything was good enough to be a gift for somebody. Whereas they would just like be happy just to have artwork by me, even if it did look crappy, and I understand that now. I get what that's like now, but when I was like young, I put so much pressure on myself. I'm like, nothing's ever good enough. So people are always like, hey, can you draw me? Like, draw me something for Christmas. And I was just like, no, it's too much pressure. I can't handle it. I can't handle the pressure. And I'm still kind of like that. So perlering's kind of nice because it's like fast food art. It's like, you can't really mess it up. So there's no pressure to it, really. You can mess up the ironing. So ironing process is always stressful. But it's just kind of like copying a pattern. Ah, this music. I actually saw some of their posts in your art channel. Yeah. Yeah, Clarky is so talented and like super sweet, absolute wholesome vibes. That's someone. Okay, we'll test the shout out again. That's someone I can shout out because I know her username for sure. Yay, it worked.
Be liberal with the paint? Yeah. I think people should have rights. People should have the right to paint.
People should have the right to paint. You're right, Clarky. Yeah, so that model you saw there, she made that herself. Like, she makes her own models. The first time I saw her stream, she was streaming Amari. And she had made an Amari-styled model for herself. And I just thought that was the coolest freaking thing. She is so impressive. She got such a cute, like, wholesome art style. I adore her. She's great. So go check her out if you want wholesome vibes. And you want to see cute art. That's definitely the best part about getting into VTubing is all the cool people that you get to meet along the way. All the friends you make along the way. I know that's so cheesy. Yeah, let's zoom in a little bit on Cloud because he's going to be pretty small. And then I'll have to make it not blurry. Perfect. House flipper game. Yeah, she plays a lot of like tame games like that. Like, what's that one where you're like, is it called Unpacking? Maybe? I think she played that one. Sorry. I only have one monitor, so I have to like arrange things. I need to get a second monitor. Hashtag goals. I had one. I had a second monitor that I was going to use, and then my first one died, so then I just had to switch them. Oh, cool. Womp womp. The crappy thing about being so far zoomed in and not having this stuff in the background is that I'm streaming in the trading card game category. And it's like, hey, how is this trading card game content? That's okay. I don't think anyone's gonna get mad at me for it. We technically did open a pack of cards. And we could open more, who knows? I don't want to have to change my category. I'm slow when it comes to making any kind of adjustments. Yeah, Silent Hill is so good. The movie made me feel like a different dimension. Pyramid Head is actually my favorite villain or killer in general. I like how he's built and a giant pyramid on his head. Heather Mason is my favorite character in Silent Hill. Yeah, you'd think he'd like have severe neck pain having that freaking, I don't know what his pyramid is made out of, but it looks like almost metal. You think that would be super uncomfy. Is it explained why he wears that? Is that like some kind of like what's the word? Like not like a self-punishment. You know how people do that for like redemption sort of purposes? Or what's going on with that? Like I know that his purpose is to kind of make people kind of pay for their sins, but I don't know a lot about Silent Hill. It's so cool though, and like a very, very unique vibe, very, very atmospheric. That's why I really wanted to get them, like get the hard copies of them. I don't know, there's nothing like playing, maybe it's just the old lady in me, but there's nothing like playing in like the hard copies of a game. I miss playing PlayStation games on the old fuzzy TVs. That being said, the quality of games we get now is amazing for sure. It's just like it's like just a different kind of vibe. Speaking of like Silent Hill and Square Enix, because I talked about that earlier, have you played an old PlayStation 1 game called Parasite Eve? Or have you heard of it at all? Because it is kind of a spooky, horror-y kind of game that Square Enix did. That I really enjoyed playing that one with my mom as well when I was younger. I never played the second one, but if you like Silent Hill, like old school games, I think you might like it. Never heard of it. You should look it up. It's really creepy, but also really pretty. I don't really know how to talk about it without like spoiling things. I mean, like it's better to go into those kind of things with mystery, right? Just know that I'm suggesting it to you. Yeah, like back in my day, you really didn't like go to the internet about games. You know, I didn't have like reviews and stuff to look at. So like, I'd just go to a game store and like buy something based on the cover. And so like when I was a kid, I'd like try to hunt down games specifically by Square Enix because I always thought that they were like really pretty. I was fascinated with the beautiful art styles of it. Like it's just they always stood out, right? And that's how I found Kingdom Hearts too, because I was like, Mom, look at this. It's got not Pokemon. It's got Disney and Final Fantasy. What? Like mind blown. But yeah, we found Parasite Eve that way too. I was just like, wow, this is by Square Enix. Like this looks cool. And it was not what we expected at all. Very spooky, but very very good. Maybe I'll have to play that one on stream someday. I don't know. Gotta get through a game first before I talk about playing another game. Are there any other games that you would find comparable? Like other spooky games that I should probably consider? I like spooky games, I'm just really bad at them. Like we tried to play Amnesia when I was fairly new to streaming and it didn't go well. I ended up quitting. I was just like, no, I can't. It's just too much. I can't. Getting way too worked up. Like I have anxiety in my day-to-day life, let alone like playing a scary game like that. Kids these days don't even know what CRTVs look like. I know, right? Sad. They wouldn't know how to put a cartridge in a frickin' Nintendo console. Actually, there's a video that's like Gen Z versus like old I don't know, old consoles. And like just kind of introducing them to them and seeing if they would know how to use it and stuff. Makes me feel old. Ito, the one who created Pyramid Head, he made his helmet pyramid because it resembles pain. Interesting. I like symbolism like that. That's neat. Yeah, the design work for Silent Hill is really neat. When my friend tried to introduce me to Silent Hill initially, he showed me like this like kind of like body horror but sexy like music video kind of thing, and I was like immediately like I want nothing to do with this. So I'm glad I gave it a chance, even though I was like weirded out by that. Like what kind of like gore horror sexy shit are you trying to show me right now? Like starting to question your taste, buddy. But no, it's actually really cool. Yeah, I don't know. Him trying to sell me on Silent Hill that way didn't. Try a different approach, man, a tamer approach, especially since like, well, they didn't know back then. I didn't know back then. I just thought it was weird, but especially being an asexual, right? Square Enix makes some good games, but I'm surprised I never heard of it. It's very under the radar, like it's not super popular or anything. Actually, let's make those yellow and not white. I not to say it has a little bit of a cult following, but it's not like super well known, so I'm not surprised you haven't heard of it. Like if I didn't just randomly stumble upon it, I wouldn't have heard of it either. I've only ever met like one other person streaming that has heard of it because they were actually playing it. I was really surprised to see somebody playing it. Alright, I need some yellow for his hair. Alright, and for the highlights, I need the lightest shade. Stop with the hiccups, please. A game that's sort of like Silent Hill's Dark Occult or the Medium. Okay, let me write this down. Dark Occult or the Medium. Yeah, because I really like psychological horror. I think it's really cool. I'm not so much like a gore person. Gore has never really ever fazed me. I think, you know, we're all a little desensitized. You know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre ain't gonna do nothing for me. Kind of a snore fest. Saw is like, yeah, okay, whatever. But like psychological horrors, that's where it's at. Stuff that's like, you can't sleep at night because you're like questioning your existence. The Medium is exactly like it. It's so good. Awesome. I'll definitely look into it. Thank you. I appreciate the recommendation. Look at that. We're trading recommendations. Psychological horror is my thing too. I think the light's too bright on that because it's like. Let's see if I can dim that. Yeah, because like those beads are like glowing. Nice. So do you have any like psychological horror like movie recommendations then? I used to get nightmares a lot, like a lot. Like I'm a very, very, very vivid dreamer. So like, I don't know. I just kind of like used to stay away from horror. So I never watched any like the classic horror films. I've actually started to recently tap into them, although they're really fucking cheesy. Not gonna lie. So I don't really know what's out there for horror. Like I said, I'm not really big on like gore. I like jump scaries, ghosts, and psychological stuff. I definitely want to, next year for Halloween, try to play some horror games again. Even though I was really bad at it, it was really fun. I don't have to be good at something for it to be enjoyable. Oh, shake the camera. Two sisters, Rosemary's Baby, and the Unvisited. Oh wow, you just had those on the draw. Nice. Two Sisters, sequel to Two Brothers. Rosemary's Baby. If I don't write stuff down, I will forget about them. Uninvited. Even if I write stuff down, sometimes I forget about them too. If something's like not right in my face, it's just like it might as well not exist. It's definitely not intentional. If you, and The Ring, if you've never seen it, I have not. So the reason why I've never seen The Ring is when I was a kid, I don't know, like if it's what was going on there, if it's imagination or what, but I used to dream about this like black-haired girl like constantly, and that was before, like I'd never seen The Ring, I'd never seen The Grudge, but it was very much like that. And like it was a ongoing thing. Like I was always having dreams about this like creepy black-haired girl. Like she'd be crawling towards me, but she'd never like make it to me. Like it was like a thing. So when The Grudge came out, I was like, no, that's her. That's her. That's her completely. And same with The Ring. Like she looked a lot like the creepy character from my dreams. So I'm sure it'll freak me out watching that one. But I definitely should watch that someday. I'm an adult enough that I can handle it now, but yeah. Even like I watched the Scary Movie parodies and seeing that like ring bit like is so like unsettling. No offense to girls with black hair, like you're not, there's nothing wrong with you. You creepy motherfuckers, just kidding. The Grudge sounds are scary. They are. It's so creepy. And like the little boy. Yeah, I actually ended up watching The Grudge years later. The other thing, another one of my irrational fears when I was like super young, like when I was like really young, was that there was a vampire in my closet. I don't know why a vampire. But I was like scared of the vampire in my closet. And then when I got older, I started growing my canine teeth. And I thought that that was evidence that the vampire bit me. I thought I was a vampire. So like that Halloween, like I wore like a hand-me-down butterfly costume. And they're like, oh, look at you, you're a beautiful butterfly. And I'm like, no, I'm a vampire butterfly. And like showing off my teeth all proudly. Kids, right? They're the darnest things. And then my other irrational fear was that I was an only child, or am an only child. That doesn't really change. And actually, I should make that darker. I was scared of adopted children for no reason. Like I don't know. I had a dream that my parents adopted a kid, and they like got all murdery with a knife, and like they turned into smoke and like seeped under the doorway of my parents' bedroom and like murdered my parents. So my parents were like, "Hey, like, are you lonely? Like, maybe we should adopt." I'm like, "No, don't. Please don't adopt." And then the movie Orphan came out, and I was like, "See, it's not irrational. That could happen. You never know." So it, like, justified my my fear. That was definitely a freaky movie too. Yeah, Hoseki and her irrational fears. I feel like I should make that brown, not that orangey color, because that orangey color is in other spots. I always do this. I can never be happy with things. Okay. Yeah, we'll make that brown. Orphan was creepy, right? What a wild concept. But good though, it's unique, you know? A lot of horror movies are like the same shit recycled, but no, that was very very unique concept. You watched the Junon version? So you mean like the Japanese version of The Grudge? Is that what you'd recommend? Do you think that one's creepier? I figured out of like the main like iconic old school horror movies, that Nightmare on Elm Street would be my favorite because it's like, I don't know, like Freddy's so cool looking and the whole like haunting you in your dreams kind of thing is right up my alley, you know, relatable and stuff. But honestly, I really liked Scream. I thought that one was really good, which I was not expecting. I thought that was like a really boring concept, but I don't know, I really enjoyed it. I thought that was really good. Texas Chainsaw Massacre was boring, like I said. What are the other ones? Chucky does not interest me at all. It could be fantastic, but it just seems so dumb. They're doing a Silent Hill 2 remake? Really? The Silent Hill movie? I liked it. Yeah, I thought it was good. It just made me want to play the games though. Yeah, the brown looks more accurate. We'll go with that. Yeah, I really liked it. It was good. That's awesome. I'm so happy that they're doing a remake. That's exciting. It made me sad when they were like going to make that one. See, the color's just like off, but it's like the lighting's also not good in here, so I'll hear it out. I'll see it out. It really disappointed me when they were talking about making that Silent Hill movie and then game, and then it got canceled because the creators were having that disagreement. That was a long time ago, but they didn't do Silent Hill 1 remake, but I really want them to do Silent Hill 3 remake. Oh, they probably will, especially since Heather is like so popular. I can't see them not doing a Silent Hill 3 remake. Why won't they do 1 though? Was it not good or? So then the movies, are they directly based off of the games? Like, do they follow it to a T, or are they kind of unique? I don't know, like the color doesn't look great on the screen. I think that's just because of my color settings. Sure, it'll look fine when it's done. Like super picky about the colors. I want them all to be like exactly the same as the reference, right? But you can only do with what you got. I just wish that this brown was like a little lighter. But that's the lightest one that I have without going into the secondary color. Oh, to answer your question before, the new Silent Hill games are mid at best. I saw the new one and it was terrible. No, that's so disappointing. Especially like to have that old game with like the new, like what they're capable of now. That's sad that they're not great. You always want new content of your favorite things. I wonder if this other brown would be better. No, that's too red. Grr! I might end up fucking with this one too. This is one of the reasons why I didn't want to do, like, people are like, oh, you should do Perler streams. Like, I don't know, because I'm so picky with the colors that I end up, like, uprooting what I've already done. I'm just like, no, I don't, I hate it, and then just, like, redoing it. Silent Hill 1 did have some flops. I'd say Silent Hill 1 is A tier, but Silent Hill 2 and 3 are S tier. Oh, okay. I hear ya. Well, that's exciting. Is there a release date for the new one, or is it just kind of like, hey, we're doing this? I'll have to tell my mom that too, because I think she would really like to play new Silent Hill as well. Okay, so it's kind of a reddy brown in his boots and stuff. Maybe we should do a skin, because it's like, helps it come together. I guess they're like, shoot, I guess we're doing this. Hey, I mean, that works. I don't like when they put pressure on a deadline and then, you know, they produce crap because they were pressured by the deadline, so. Fucking take your time. Make it good. Just like anything else. Skin color. He's a little tan. We'll do a darker skin color. Yeah. He ain't pale. My wallpaper is Silent Hill and my Discord profile is Cheryl and Heather Mason. So like, did you recently get into Silent Hill, or is it something that you just always loved? Not that it's like invalid either way, I'm just curious if it's like a hidden treasure that you just like discovered you really love now, or if it's just kind of something you've always been into. Or did you discover it through like Dead by Daylight with the Pyramid Head and you're like, oh, what's this guy about? I'm curious. I grew up loving Silent Hill. That's so cool. You get along with my friend really well then. He's obsessed with Silent Hill. Actually, it's funny, when he lent me the game, when he lent me Silent Hill 2, I lived in a converted church, so it like was a church, but they made it into apartments. And so when I loaded up the game and I was trying to get through the fog and I was all creeped out and everything, my walls just randomly started banging. Like and it wasn't like just banging on one side of the walls. It was like around me. Like it was like bang, 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 like all around the room. Scared the fuck out of me. He told me to play in the dark. He's like, make sure you play this in the dark. I was like, flip the light. I'm like, nope, nope, I can't play this in the dark. Nope. Too scary. God. Yeah, I'll never forget that. That I think it was the banging on the walls that made it so I couldn't play it on my own because I was like, I'm scared that I'm getting haunted just by like playing this game. Like it's The Ring, you know, you put the movie in and now you're fucked. Resident Evil was my second video game ever. Oh, cool. Yeah, I grew up watching. I think I've watched my dad play all the Silent Hills, all the Resident Evils. That's a darker blue than that. You're not that baby blue. I gotta plug my phone in or it's gonna die. Second. Yeah, Resident Evil and then like I said, Evil Dead. Fistful of Boomstick. Really have good fond memories of watching my dad play that one. And like I don't know, at least where I grew up, like the crowd that I was around, having gamer parents is kind of a unique thing. I was always like kind of proud of it, oddly. Now it's such a normal thing, everybody games, right? But I'm very grateful that they introduced me to some of my favorite things. Like Final Fantasy. Because I don't know, like you can discover things later, but having it a part of your like childhood makes such a difference, right? Like the nostalgia. Honestly, I wish I had Legend of Zelda as a nostalgia thing. Like I wish I played those growing up. Because I could definitely see the excitement of, oh, I missed a skin spot. He's got an ear. I didn't give him his ear. Sorry, Cloud. Yeah, the camera really doesn't do it justice. It definitely looks better IRL. I don't know why that is. I mean, the lighting might not help. Let's see if I can... No, that makes it not better. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we gotta deal with it. Anyway, I gotta go. I'll see you next stream for sure. Thank you for hanging out with me and chit-chatting with me. That was a lot of fun. And thank you for the suggestions. You have yourself a great night, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care of yourself, okay, buddy? Yeah, definitely like a brownie red. I'll try... Oh, is this Baldur's Gate? It is! So this is just like a mix of video game covers then. Neat. Alright, let's try the reddy brown for his boots and stuff. Your parents sound hella cool, not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know. I always thought my parents were really cool. They had good taste in music and good taste in games. They introduced me to a lot of cool things. So I'm very lucky for that, because I know some people can't connect with their parents at all, you know. My parents were always kind of young. Like, they had me pretty young, so it was very easy for us to connect. So I'm really grateful for that. They were like my best friends growing up. They're like the only ones that understood me. And like didn't judge me for my weird tastes. I definitely would be a different person without them. See, that looks way too red though. It's not like a dull brown, it's like a reddy brown. Hmm. Maybe I'll try the other one. And you know what, I'll just make them, and if I have to make some adjustments later, because my OCD won't accept it, then I will do that, and then I'll post these on Perler decks, and then you can see them there. I also don't want to be all day about this either. It's usually what happens is I'll make the perlers, they'll sit on my desk for a while, and then I'll be like, nah, I want to change that. Over here, that's not heard of at all, unless you're a parent from like 2010 onwards. Yeah, I definitely, people definitely treated it like it was weird growing up. Like, what? Your parents play video games? I don't know, it's like, there's definitely somebody playing fucking Atari and Nintendo and stuff, and so like, I don't know. That was always odd to me. But I grew up in a very like, very small country town. So like like I was into like rock music or alternative or metal, like that kind of stuff. And even though like in the early 2000s a lot of that stuff was popular, it's almost like it didn't exist in my town. You know, like oh, like what, 2005? That's when like, I don't know, Evanescence and Green Day and all that stuff was relevant. And it was like on MTV and stuff like that, and like nobody had heard of it around my town. So I just had a, I don't know, shitty group of people that I couldn't really relate to. So I always felt like was made to feel odd for my tastes. Like I was a little girl that liked metal music and gaming and like Tim Burton and that kind of stuff. So I got called a goth for it. What? I've totally messed something up here. Oh my gosh, she's got no shoulder. How did I manage that? Okay, well, we're gonna have to fix that. Sorry, Cloud. I guess I just thought you didn't need a shoulder. Crap, I'm gonna have to troubleshoot this. I thought something looked off. I hate when that happens. I'm like, wait a minute, there's no room for what I need to make there. Tifa, why are you howling? Why are you being a noisy kitty? Oh, those people suck. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It is what it is. I always looked forward to, like, I was really excited for high school because I was hoping that, like, it'd be a bigger group of people and I could find my people. And I found some like-minded people, but it wasn't really until, like, I think that's what drove me to, like, VTubing and stuff, too, is, like, finding like-minded people to connect with, you know? It's just so nice. I don't know, it's just so nice having people that, like, understand your passions and your interests and stuff, right? And, like, there's so many people that like these things. They just happen to not live near me. Like, all these things I got made fun of for liking, there's, like, huge communities revolving around them, you know? Like, it's really nice. I really like that aspect of the internet. Obviously, like, the internet in some ways is a downfall of humanity, but in other ways, like, it's really cool how it can bring people together. So I never really had that before. So I'm very grateful for it. Okay, that's fine. I think that's fixed. Yeah. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And annoyingly, like, a lot of things that they made fun of me for, like, were something that they'd brag about liking later. Like anime, for example. I've always been drawn to anime style. Like, I'd seek out anything semi-anime. Like I was always like mind blown by how pretty a cartoon could be. And it used to be not cool to be an anime, and now everybody's an anime. Which is good, I'm not complaining about that. It's just like annoying to get made fun of something that people are gonna be into later. Like kids, they're just so mean for no reason. I didn't really care though. I loved what I loved, and I knew that like someday I'd find someone that understands. So they weren't gonna stop me from enjoying a thing. And I think that's why I really love watching. Like I'll go online and I'll watch people react to like the ending of Final Fantasy X. I absolutely love seeing other people's like get their hearts broken by that game. Because it's just so nice to see other people understand it, you know? People like not sure what they're getting into and then they just completely fall apart because of that game. I love it. I don't know if that makes me a little like sadistic or what, but it's just cool to see people get it. What are some of your favorite things, Val? Tifa, quit being a spaz. Okay, come here. Just for a moment. Yeah, you're so noisy. You're being a spaz. Very hard question. You don't know what your favorite things are? You don't know things that you enjoy? Depends on the day. There's nothing that's like really dear to you, like from your childhood. Something that you just absolutely adore. Oh, this music's so pretty. Yeah, I'm sure Baldur's Gate will be one of those things for me. It's just so pretty. Okay, now we need dark blue. That's the easy part. The browns and stuff I might have to fix because I don't love the color choices, but I don't have a lot of choices. I wish there was more shades of brown with like different tones. But the dark blue is easy. That one. That's too light. Maybe that one. It's a little too light too. $34. I'll try that. Commit. Pokemon, I guess, but I've somewhat grown out of it, sadly. In Ireland, you'd be lucky to find 5 other people in the country who like it. I was just behind a long ways. Aw, dang, so you completely understand where I'm coming from then. That's how it felt growing up in like a little like farm town. Ireland, I hear, is like really beautiful though. I want to see it someday. A good retirement place, you know? I'm kind of falling off of Pokemon a little bit myself. I just feel like it's overdone. I'm just kind of getting like over it. The card game is getting really exciting modernly, like recently, because a lot of the cards that they're coming out with like were really beautiful, and I can always appreciate really pretty art. So like some of the full arts and character rares and alt arts and stuff are just really nice, but it's just like come out with new things way too fast, and I don't really want to be buying cards that much, so. I wasn't, honestly, like with the announcements for Pokemon Day, I wasn't super excited about a lot of it, or any of it really. Other than obviously Pokemon Z to A, because I heard Arceus was really good. I haven't played it, but like I've seen stuff to do with it, and it looks like a step in the right direction for Pokemon. So I'm sure this new game will be really good. I'm just kind of like, I don't know, Pokemon games are pretty much all the same. It's just like the same formula over and over. You know, and I really like story-based games. You know, something that you gain something from. So it's like once you've played like one Pokemon game, you've kind of played them all. But, I mean, I like cute creatures. It's fun collecting them, so. And it'll always be something that's like nostalgic to me and dear to me as well. Like I still have all my cards from my childhood. I never got rid of them. I probably never will. It's not super expensive. Would not recommend unless for a holiday, but if you're ever over here, you have to yeah, absolutely, for sure. I mean, Europe in general is on my bucket list. I want to travel. I've always wanted to travel, but you know, that takes money and yeah. Honestly, I thought I would have traveled by now. Like it's amazing that I'm this old and haven't really gone anywhere. But I definitely need to. That's like the thing I want to do the most. That's really light. I think I need a darker blue. See, it looks even more light on the on the camera. Maybe I should turn my saturation down. Maybe that's the problem. I know I definitely did put it up. Yeah, I don't know. I think that looks accurate. I'm sorry. I'm like making hiccups a full-time job. I'm sorry I hiccup so much. 41, 42. 42 is too dark. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, I like that. It's not quite accurate, but I like it. Money, right? Wouldn't that be nice? You got it copied and pasted? That's so smart. Big brain. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me and doing that. I feel like other than the last card stream, it's been like a really long time. It's like I've seen much of you. I don't love those colors, but that's okay. Just commit. This is exactly why I was like, I don't know if I should do Perler streams because I'm so freaking picky when it comes to colors. There's a lot of times where I'll like make a whole bunch of line art for things, so I'll do the black, white, and gray, and then I'll just procrastinate doing the colors for the longest time. Because I'm such a perfectionist. Oh yeah, I forgot that we should do the giveaway at some point too. I still want to make, I at least want to make Tifa and Aerith, at least. Eventually, like I'd like to make Sephiroth and Zack as well, but probably won't get to it on the stream. I don't know, I'm enjoying just kind of hanging out though. How long have we been at it anyway? An hour and a half, that's not too bad. And I had my free chicken nuggies earlier, so I'm not hungry. Went on a whole self-discovery arc. Oh, nice, that's awesome. That's exciting. Applied to college, got my course, came out as non-binary to a few people. Oh, cool. Such an other bits. Wow, I'm proud of you. That's amazing. That's like the most important thing. There's people that go their whole lives without having themselves figured out, so. Why is this always blurry? Come on. Stop being blurry. Yeah, your neighbor's hella cool for that. Yeah, so the only unfortunate thing was I was in my pajamas still. So he answers the door and I look like a mess. I'm like, or comes to the door and I look like a mess. So, yeah, so I live next to this like really cute, nice old couple. And my roommate gets like Greek yogurt for free because they work where, like I got them the job at a yogurt factory where I used to work. Well, that's the wrong shade of blue in there. So yeah, we usually bring them yogurt just because we get it for free, so why not share, right? So he was just really excited to be able to like pay back the favor. But not what I was expecting, like the biggest surprise. Just like knocks on my door and he's like, yeah, so I have like this big box of McDonald's chicken nuggets that I got through work, and like my wife and I can't eat all of them, so do you want some? And then he comes over and he brings me 2 big bags full, like big Ziploc bags full. I don't think I can ever eat those either. It'll last me a lifetime. It's super cool. So I've got free eats for quite a while. There we go, Cloud is basically done. Man, I wish the camera looked better. I'll have to invest in a better webcam. It'd also be like the lighting too. I'll figure it out. Trust me, it looks so much better in person. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, it is cute. Like that's ideal. Like I'm really jealous of places that have like proper communities, you know? Like you hear of like communities that like get together and they have like potlucks or, you know? And like people don't really do that shit anymore. At least not here. So yeah, it's really sweet. Most of the neighbors I'm not really a huge fan of, but there's a couple good eggs. All right. Let's do the girls. Let's do the ladies. Stardew Valley type of stuff. Exactly, right? Like that cute little like community stuff. My grandparents have that still. Like they live in a village essentially. Like it's so small it's not even called a city, it's a village. And they're on good terms with all their neighbors. So some of the farmers nearby will drop off produce for them. And like in the winter, other neighbors will like shovel snow for them, and like my grandma will do bookkeeping for the neighbors, and you know, like they have that community. That's so cool. I really, really, really admire that. As much as like I say that, but I'm very much an introvert and I keep to myself, but I don't know. It's just there's something romantic about that kind of lifestyle, right? Oh. What is that? I recognize this. Oh, Luigi's Mansion! Okay. I was like, what is that? That does sound amazing to be fair, right? Right? It's so romantic. Super cute. Wholesome existence. I used to live in like a town complex and we kind of had that. The next door neighbor, who unfortunately passed away recently, she was like the grandmother for the whole block. So she'd babysit people's kids all the time and like take care of each other and knock on the door and like, hey, I just made cookies, do you want some? So I have had that before. Definitely value those kinds of people. If you're ever lucky enough to have those kind of people in your life, make sure they are appreciated. Some people are just kind of like the do everything for everyone kind of people, and then like who's doing things for them, right? So my family's got a lot of those people in it. Like my family are definitely the do everything for everyone kind of people. Don't ask for anything in return. Like my grandparents, they dress up as Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus, and then they go to nursing homes. And they save up, like they buy cheap plushies throughout the year to give out to the old folks, and they do that like every year. So like on Boxing Day, they'll get like Christmas plushies really cheap, and then they'll save them for next year for going around and playing Santa Claus. And then my aunt and my cousins get stuff together for the homeless and do donations that way, like truckloads of things. My aunt's really good at finding deals, so she can find like things relatively cheap. And then my dad, he knits hats for the homeless. Like I just have so many like good people in my family, so really good examples that way. Sorry to hear that. What? Oh, about the neighbor passing? I mean, that's life, right? It is unfortunate, but I mean, I work in dementia care in a long-term care home, right? So it's just kind of something that you kind of get used to. People get old, right? But yeah, that was really sad because she was definitely really dear to a lot of people, which is another reason why you gotta make sure you cherish the people in your life, right? That's actually, not to get too personal or into sad stuff, but that's actually why I'm looking for another job, because I was like really proud of what I was doing. I felt like I was making a difference in these people's lives. And then a lot of the business decisions made it so you could only do so much for them. And watching their quality of life deteriorate and like just things get worse and there not being anything that you can do, you know, not being able to do more, you know, you just it was like kind of heartbreaking. It was taking a really big toll on my mental health. Watching these people that I see as like basically my children, you know, like my family, you know, die off and not be able to do anything to help them. It was just like slowly breaking my heart. So I am on stress leave right now, and I'm trying to find another job in a place where I can feel proud to work in, because that was just like really hard on my soul to be a part of that. Like we used to feel like a community, and we used to my coworkers and I in particular. So this wasn't like an every unit thing, it's just kind of like an us thing, but we'd make sure we threw like dance parties after dinner every day for the dementia residents or residents with dementia, so that they can like have some fun and excitement in their life, you know, because they just kind of like live a really boring existence. And then when they cut our staff back and kept making all these dumb calls and cut us down to like bare bones, like we didn't really have the time to do that anymore or to treat them like actual people. Yeah, anyway, I don't want to get into like too depressy stuff, but I'm glad that I walked that path, and I'm really grateful to have met those people and to have been a part of their life and to be there where others weren't, because like a lot of them, like some of them don't even have families that come to visit them, you know. So it was really nice being that person that could be there for them and spend time with them and stuff. So I don't regret doing it, but I definitely it was changing me, the toll it was taking on my social and mental health, so definitely needed to do something different for myself so I'd have the social energy left for my friends and family and for myself. Yeah. I found like the people that were like the best at it were the ones that, not to say didn't care as much, but yeah, you know, the ones that could separate their emotions and not get attached. But I don't want to be the kind of person that doesn't get attached. I think it's really important that they have someone that cares about them, you know, authentically, but it does burn you out really fast. It's really cool that you've done that for them, but it's not great to hear that business was put first. I know, and that's the thing. I started making memes in protest about how the company sees people as money, like as dollar signs essentially, when they were making those changes. And I was like posting memes like in the break room and stuff. Just because I was so frustrated with it. We were all so frustrated with it, right? And they basically like were saying like, no, nothing's gonna change for the better. And I was like, okay, well, with these changes, like we're gonna have more falls, people are gonna die, but yeah, you know, the company gets more money, great. You know, like, and inevitably, after I left, some of my favorite residents had falls and died because there wasn't people there to watch them. Like, it's just so sad. It was so obvious that that's what's gonna happen. And then they were making dumb calls like cleanliness wise, like they were like cutting the housekeeping staff and stuff. So then I was like, okay, well now we're gonna get COVID and people are gonna die, and sure shit, you know, with their dumb calls, people were getting COVID and dying off. It's just so frustrating because it's like the consequences were so obvious to see, you know, like this. It's just so obvious that we couldn't afford to make these cuts and that we'd be failing these people by doing it, and they wouldn't listen to us. So then my frustration came out in passive aggressive memes. And then the funny thing is the memes never got taken down because I think everybody agreed with it, right? Like I just assumed that they get taken down immediately, but no. And yeah, people would be like, I wanna take whoever put these up for dinner, and I just kind of like giggled to myself. You're an amazing person. You deserve the break and find the job that's right. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't feel like an amazing person for doing that though, because I feel like, you know, you're kind of like abandoning the situation. But you gotta do what's best for you, right? Like if you use up everything, if you use up all of yourself, you can't be any help to anybody. And that's what people are telling me, and that's what I'm realizing. Honestly, like as far as the right job for me, I always wish that I took a chance on art. I wish that I made that more important and I went to school for it. It's just kind of hard when you have to be able to make money, right? And now I feel like I'm so far out of the loop. Like it's been so many years since I've been an active artist that I just feel so far behind now. But that was like my dream. Like I was saving up money to go to school for art, and then I was like, well, going to school for nursing is way more practical because there's lots of jobs and you're more hireable, so that's kind of why I went that route instead. I don't regret it. It's just like I wish that I had the confidence to pursue art instead. Because I was actually a pretty good artist once upon a time, and I'm sure I can be again. And still now, like I have time off and I should be practicing, but instead I'm just rapidly job searching because I'm panicking. So, some of you may die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take, right? Man, I didn't think about that. That would have been a great meme. Ah. Well, fuck. Now I gotta make one of those and like give it to my coworkers, my old coworkers. That's so funny. It's not funny. It's not funny at all, but like that's just so fitting. My company is just Lord Farquaad. But yeah, to get on a less depressing topic, and speaking of Farquaad, shoot, I've just filled my hand full of beads. 1 second. I'm going to Shrek Rave at the end of March. I've never been. I've just seen like videos of it, but I'm super excited because it's been a long time since I've been to a rave. So I made some perlers. Because a thing with rave culture, I don't know if you've ever heard of plur. Peace, love, understanding. I don't know what the R stands for, but essentially plur is like beaded bracelets and necklaces and stuff that people like will bring to give to other people. So like they'll trade these like handmade jewelry with each other, which I think is really cool. Like there's a whole ritual of how they do it and everything that's like prominent in rave culture. So I am making some Shrek plur for it. So I'm gonna put these on necklaces and stuff and bracelets. But I've made some Shrek themed plur to give away to people. I'm really excited about it. It's definitely a bucket list thing for me to do the plur ritual, so I really hope I find somebody to trade with. The donkey actually has a glow-in-the-dark border. So those are glow-in-the-dark beads on the edges. You got the gumdrop buttons! Ah, I'm so excited. I don't know if I'm gonna dress up or not. Like, there's not a lot of time to plan that. But I'll definitely have Shrek-themed jewelry. It'll be the Shrave plug. Shrave is such a weird, weird word. Yeah, I'm excited. I'll definitely let you guys know how that goes. Shrek Rave is like, it's been around for kind of a while, and it's something that I've always joked about going to, but like never knew when it was happening. So I'm like, fuck it, this year we're doing it. We're doing this. We're scratching this off the bucket list, you know? Yeah, it's been a hot minute since I've been to a rave in general. I think the last rave I went to was I saw Zed's Dead live, and I saw Oliver Heldens, like just a single show, not a festival. I've actually never been to a festival. I feel like at my age that might be a bit too much for me now. I get socialed out really easily, so I feel like I'd just be like, yeah, okay, I'm done. And then you're like trapped there, right? But I've definitely always wanted to experience a rave festival. I think there's actually one over here too. Yes, I think the one in one just happened in the UK recently. I think that's the one that last happened. Yeah, they do them worldwide, which is amazing. It's just meme culture, right? Like, it's amazing that meme culture brings people together. I love it. I think that's probably my favorite part about going to like concerts or shows in general is like the sense of community that you get. Wow, man, I keep talking about that. I guess I like do care about community more than I realized. But yeah, I don't know, it's just like all these like-minded people all there to have a good time, all like in it for the same things. Like I absolutely love that. Like I'm so anxious in a crowd. When I went to Comic-Con, I was like I kept getting overwhelmed. But for some reason at concerts and like raves and shows, that doesn't really happen that much. Like you're just kind of comfy, even though you're surrounded by people. It's just like you and the music and people that also enjoy the music, and you know, just having a good time. I love it. It's my absolute favorite feeling in the whole world. I think there was fair running out of spoons is a yikes, but we move. Ah, you know the whole spoon thing. Yeah, exactly. I love like the spoon theory thing just made everything make sense. I was like, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it's like. And that was the problem with my workplace, you know? I just didn't have enough spoons for that shit. I wanted to be able to do some things I enjoy too, not just be like dead on my days off. And so like my friend, an old coworker of mine, recommended me getting a job at the hospital, and I was like, ugh, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to be exposed to that. And she's like, it's fine, because you get like you work for 3 days and then you get 2 days off, and your first day, you know, you're emotionally recovering, and then the second day you know you can do what you want to do. I'm like, if I need a day of emotional recovery, I don't want that job. I just want like something simple. I want to do like physical labor, not emotional labor right now. I want a break from it. Is that 156, 155? Yeah, we'll do the shade of gray. Yeah, just I want to flip burgers right now. I don't want responsibility and emotional baggage right now. I just want to be able to chill for a little bit. Because I was getting to a point where like my mental health was good, and it just was like really kind of sad for it to get bad again after working so hard for it to be good. I was pretty proud of myself for my mental health growth, so. Gotta take care of yourself. Man, Tifa's so much easier to make because she's not so many colors. Like, I don't even have to think about it. I love when things are shades of gray. Speaking of concerts, actually, I went to see City in Color recently, which was really nice. Probably one of the softest shows I've ever been to. But it was beautiful. It was really, really, really nice. So that is a Canadian band. Lead singer is Dallas Green from a band called Alexis on Fire, which is possible. Maybe you've heard of them. I don't know. Again, it's a Canadian band, so maybe not. But City in Color is like more softer music, but it was really, really nice. It's the first time I had ever like sat down in seats for a show. And then I noticed another Canadian band, Simple Plan, or not Simple Plan, sorry, Sum 41. Sum 41 is doing their last tour ever. And their last show of their last tour will be in Toronto. So I'm like, that would be a cool memory to make. So I don't really have money to go to concerts right now, but I'm debating on figuring out a way to make that happen, because I think that would be really cool. Because there's no regret like the regret of not seeing a band while you had the chance to. Especially since like a lot of my favorite bands, like a lot of them died or fell apart before I was like old enough to even go to shows. So you gotta take a chance on the ones that you can. You never know when band members are gonna die off, or when the bands are gonna break up or something like that. We need red for her boots. Yeah, hell yeah, yeah. I think that'd be fun. And I'm seeing Limp Bizkit as a present from someone. I'm seeing Limp Bizkit in June, so that heals the child in me, because that was my jam when I was a kid. I love Limp Bizkit, even though the main lead singer is kind of a douchebag. We all know he's a douchebag, but the music's good. Unfortunately, there's this one festival in a town not too far from here that I like to go to, and it's usually it's like 3 pretty decent rock bands the one night, and then they have a country night and they have a pop night. And last year it was who was it? It was Billy Talent, Alexis on Fire, and Insane in the Membrane. Insane, got no brain. That band. Why is it eluding me? And Papa Roach and Volbeat. I don't know, a lot of good bands. And this year, unfortunately, it's Nickelback. So I'm like, I don't know if I want to go. I don't know. I don't really know if it's worth. I really want to pay Nickelback prices. I don't know. They have a couple songs that I like, but for the most part, like they've just kind of become a meme, and like everybody just fucking hates them now. I need a drink. I will be right back. I need to get more water. Nickelback, do you know them? Do you know them? Yeah, I mean, Nickelback is as memed and hated on as Nicolas Cage is as an actor. Which is kind of funny. Actually, I'm curious, what kind of music, do you enjoy? Because I'm sure the exposure to music was different where you are versus where I am. I know the memes, yeah. Canadians especially hear them because there's like a rule for Canadian radio that they have to play so many Canadian bands. So Nickelback was definitely on the radio like forever. So you get sick of it really fast. So it doesn't help. Same with like when Justin Bieber was relevant. Canadians fucking hated Justin Bieber. Just got tired of it. Photograph, yes, that's the one that gets memed the most. Look at this photograph, yeah. Tifa's a little more tan too, so maybe we'll do these ones. Look at this graph. I don't know, honestly, that's not a bad song. It just got overplayed really fast and then became memeable. There's one song that I absolutely hate that triggered me when I heard it, called Something in Your Mouth. Essentially says, you look so much cuter with something in your mouth. Oh my god. Ugh. And like the dude, like Chad Kroger? I don't know, the lead singer just like looks like a really creepy guy. Like he gives off like R-word vibes. So like just hearing a song like Something in Your Mouth and you're getting that from like that guy, it's just like ugh. Creepy. No thank you. Oh, I missed some black in there. My music tastes are all over the place. Call me polyamorous. I love that. I'm going to identify as polyamorous from now on. Thank you so much. I'm the same way. My music tastes are all over the place. Depends on my mood. I listen to Laffy. I don't know that. Arctic Monkeys. Oh, I love Arctic Monkeys. They're so good. And like when I was in my Arctic Monkeys phase, Neighborhood, if you've heard of them. There's another one that's very similar vibes to Arctic Monkeys. John Michael Howell, Jake Hosier, and many others. Okay, I kind of getting a vibe. I'm getting your vibe there. That's cool. Yeah, definitely never hesitate to post music in our Discord, please. I'm always looking for music suggestions, and I'm always curious what people are into. There's a lot of bands that sound like Hosier. Like, there's a ton. But I like it. It's a good sound, you know? What the fuck kind of song is that? What, the something in your mouth? Yeah, I don't know. And it's funny because like there's a lot of sexual music out there, and that just seems to be fine and that's accepted. And like the band that I saw, City in Color, my local radio station couldn't play. So City in Color is like kind of more emotional music. Like when he started the concert, he's like, "Let's get emotional." Like, yeah. And so my local radio station couldn't play City in Color without making fun of them for being emotional, like basically calling them soft. And it's like, why do dudes get made fun of for being emotional, but then like them just being overtly sexual like that is just fine? Like we're just cool with that? Like to me that's what's weird. Like fucking God forbid a man has emotions, but like, oh yeah, horny, that's okay. That's normal. That's normal man behavior. Like what kind of freaking society do we live in? that yeah, that's the expectation. That's what's considered normal. Because there's a ton of music that talks about freaking objectifying women, and that's like, that's fun, we love that, but oh no, he's talking about feelings, that's not okay. I think we're moving away from that kind of culture though, so that's good. A broken one, yeah. I don't know. I have hope for the future generations. I think they're figuring out. I think that there's a better focus on mental health and like men are learning that they're allowed to have emotions. And once the older crusty boomer generations die off, then it'll make it easier for men to have emotions. Tifa's eyes are like the reddy brown, so we'll do this one. I don't know what color to do for her skirty stuff because it's like gray, but it's like a browny gray. Oh! And you don't want the gray tones to like meld in with the gray of her hair. Ah! Hopefully, yeah, I hope so too. I hope so too. Cause it's gotta suck to be a man in society. Being told that like you're not allowed to have emotions, that makes you weak. Honestly, I think it just makes you a better partner to be in tune with your emotions and have like emotional maturity. And actually, there was a study done. I don't know. I heard this from some kind of psychologist that emotional intelligence is actually a more successful trait than like intellectual intelligence. You know, like brain smarts versus like emotional smarts. Like emotional smarts is more of a successful trait to have, which makes sense. I don't know what color to do for this because I don't want it to blend in with her hair. Just give me a moment. Yeah, because it's kind of like a gray brown. I say. I guess I could just do brown then. Because I don't want, yeah, I don't want it to blend in with her hair, so. Everyone's struggles are different. Men versus women shouldn't really exist. No, it shouldn't be men versus women problems. And I hate that so much. It should just be people problems, you know? I understand that like a woman's experience is different than a man's experience, but like it shouldn't be like women have to be this way and men have to be that way. Like we should just be humans, and it's amazing that we're like Oh, sorry, I didn't actually finish reading what you said. That's exactly what you're saying. Yeah, everyone's struggles are very different. Men versus women shouldn't really exist in the world of mental health. It should just be based off of that we are human. I don't know, might be a hot take. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. 100%. Yes. And the fact that we're in 2024 and like I feel like we're taking steps backwards that way instead of like steps forward is wild to me. Like, how have we not figured that out? Like, why are we worried about what gender people identify as or what makes other people happy? Like, just relax. Just let people be people. It doesn't really affect you. To some degree. Like that's a whole other bag of worms I don't need to get into, but yeah. People be peoplein'. And we need to stop finding reasons to be at odds with each other. We need to be like working together to exist on this insufferable planet. Tifa, what are you getting into? Tifa! The irony that I'm making Tifa and yelling at Tifa. I actually debated on naming her Yuna first, but then I didn't think it fit her personality. So I'm glad that I named her Tifa. She's definitely, I don't know, a little bit more tomboyish and spunky. Not a girly cat. I wanted to have a Yuna as well, though. But my cat doesn't really get along with other cats, so maybe one day. If I was ever a parent, I'd be that like. I mean, I guess that's typical millennial parents naming their kids off of things that they enjoy. If I had a girl, though, I definitely would debate it, naming them after a Final Fantasy character. I think it's fine to name your kids off of cartoon characters and stuff, as long as it's not like Megatron or something, right? All right, Tifa is done. Now let's just do Aries. So we got. I can't fit them both in the same frame because the fucking things are too big. Got Tifa and Cloud. And it would be wrong to do the two of them and not do Aries. Kind of want to take a momentary break though. And yeah, next stream I was thinking I keep saying that I should be playing Baldur's Gate. But I kind of want to play Honkai so I can get farther in the story and get more stuff for Sparkle. So next stream will either be Baldur's Gate or Honkai. I'm not sure, we'll see. I know my dad wants me to play Baldur's Gate. He's been enjoying watching it. It's definitely one of those games that like some people just like to watch. They don't actually want to play it, which is totally valid. Okay. I'm going to be right back. Get up and stretch because my back is getting sore. Yeah, definitely grab yourself a drink and stuff. Yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, I am back. My cat is being a menace. What can you do? Welcome back, that was fast. How's your drawing going, by the way? See, like, I shouldn't be so scared to get back into drawing. You don't have to be amazing at it to do it, right? Like, I have some starter knowledge. Like, I drew for the first, like, 18 years of my life. Just kind of been out of practice. It's probably like riding a bicycle. The other thing is, like, I'm new to drawing on the tablet. I really like drawing with a pencil. So I want to learn how to draw on the tablet, but I get frustrated by it. I almost just would rather draw with a pencil. It's just kind of like what I know. But you gotta learn, right? Gotta start somewhere. Struggling? No, I'm sorry. I feel that. Honestly, my whole life drawing, it's never been like easy. It's never been like chill. It's always been a struggle. I just always felt like at war with myself. And I like would never be happy with it when I was done. Like people would be like, "Oh, that's amazing," and it's like, "No, it's not. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong." Like I've like my relationship with art has always been difficult. Are you drawing digitally or traditionally? Well, okay, I can't say art's always been hard. It seemed to be the easiest when I was like doodling in the columns of my like notebooks and stuff. Like when it was like not when there's no pressure, when you're just like doodling, it's so much easier to draw really nice stuff. And it's like when you actually want to draw something good, it's just like not as good as the doodles are. Your like sketches are just so much better than the actual thing when you're like, I'm gonna make art, I'm gonna do a drawing. Like no, it's never as good as like sketch work. Digitally, yeah. It's really like I like the thing I like about digital is it's more forgiving. So if you make a mistake, you can undo it. I wish I had an undo button in real life. That just makes things so much easier. But I definitely, it's just like a completely different monster. It's just so different. Used to do a ton of traditional, but I had wanted to get into animation stuff, so I bought the equipment for it, and I don't want the money to go down the drain. Oh no, that's putting pressure on yourself then. That sucks. It shouldn't be something that like you feel obligated to do because you've invested money in it. Well, I wish you luck with that, my friend. Did you go to school for it? Like for animation? That's pretty cool, actually. There's a program I really wanted to take for graphic design and advertisement in Toronto, but it's really expensive to live in Toronto. And I have my heart set on like that course in particular at that school, so I don't want to just go to a community college, even though that would be perfectly fine. That's perfectly acceptable. I don't know. Just really wanted that program in particular. Sadly not. I'm going to graphic design this year though. Oh, that's amazing. I'm so jealous. That's awesome. I'm proud of you for taking those steps. It's hard to like make a decision like that, but that's so so I took there was a program in my high school that let you take like a college, like a mini college course and like get like a college credit. So I took like intro to graphic design, and honestly it was like the best experience of my life. Like I miss being an art student because it was a really good motivator, and like I don't know, I always had good relationships with my teachers, and they were always really excited to see what I was gonna do next. Like I was like kind of like I was that student, which I felt bad. I always felt like I like made other students feel bad, so I didn't really like the attention. But it was always like a really good and reassuring experience, you know, having like the teacher to like kind of collaborate with and bounce your ideas off of, and you know, having them like to kind of guide you is really, really nice. It's just it's like an underrated asset. Like you can definitely do it on your own. You can definitely learn on your own, but like I don't know, that guidance and that motivation is just so valuable. Like it was so much work. It was the most work I've ever had in a fucking class. Especially since I'm a perfectionist, so like I always want to spend like hours on my pieces, and that's not the point. The point is to like get faster at drawing. And actually that's one of the things I was learning, and one of the things like my teacher really pushed me to do is like learn to not be so perfectionisty about it and to do things faster, which is cool. It was always like so much fucking homework, but it was a really good experience. So I'm really excited for you. I can't wait to see like how you improve from that. Honestly, anyone that I know that has gone to school for animation didn't overly like it. I can't say like it's a bad experience. I'm sure other people enjoy it. Just like the people I personally know, they're like, yeah, it's not what I expected, and it's like too much. One of my closest friends, that like one of my only friends that used to draw, actually dropped out of animation. Animation would be such a cool skill to have though, for sure. Definitely something I'd love to learn. Yeah, if I ever had a lot of money, I would definitely just not work and and just be a full-time student. Like I miss school so much. I love learning, I love challenging myself, you know. And just having that like structure and like that's your purpose. That's what that's what you need to be doing right now, right? I like that. I actually still have I have my freaking old college portfolio right here under my desk. I went through it the other day. It was such a trip. That would, how many years ago would that be? I don't want to age myself. It's a few years. Man, got people going to Japan and people going to art school. Like you guys are living my dreams. That's everything I thought I'd be doing. Like when I like pictured my future when I was younger, I expected I would be an artist living in Japan. Didn't really work out that way. That is the dream, right? It's a course in the community college, just a step before our college. Nah, man, like the community college experience, like the little experience that I had was fantastic, honestly. And I've heard from people that like community college is almost better because you're getting like a more personal, skill-based experience, opposed to like learning art history and stuff, right? You know, like that's cool and all, but that's not really why you're doing it. So I don't know, just from like the people I've talked to. No, community college is awesome. I say that I just wanted that specific course at that specific school just because like when I read up about it, it was like exactly what I was looking for. And the local community colleges here, they offer art programs, but not quite what I was like wanting. I haven't looked into it recently though, so that's possibly changed. Because I'm still paying off my schooling for nursing, so I mean, frig, I might as well just go to school though. Like I'm paying off school anyway. I'll be in debt for frickin' ever anyway, so might as well just like add to the debt and do what I actually want. I'd be really really proud to say that I went to school for art. I mean, like everybody kind of expected that of me. I kind of felt like a letdown for not going that route, so I don't know. I think you've inspired me a little bit. Like, frig, maybe I should look into it. Why not, right? Because I realized in my years of working that like the thing that I'll probably regret the most is not utilizing those art skills that I had. Like I always just expected that I would be the artist, and to not anymore it's nice to be at a point in my life where I don't feel like my only value is from art, because that was definitely a thing for a long time. Wait, I think I've already made Aries. Wait, hold up. I think I've already done her. Hold on. I think I have her in my cabinet even. Oh, I made her big. Okay, that's fine. That's so funny. Yeah, and I realized that I'll regret kind of letting those like skills die and not utilizing them. Yeah, I made I made her out of big perlers years ago. That's funny. We lead very similar dreams and live very similar dreams and live this is crazy, even though we are from completely different places. You definitely should. See, that's just kind of the beauty of streaming and like being part of these communities is you find like-minded people, right? Like I was the only artist person that I knew in my school for the longest time. Like I didn't know anybody like me. But now like I found lots of people like me. That's like I don't know if you're into the Myers-Briggs personality test at all, but I like it. I like, you know, I've had people fit me and try to put me in boxes that I don't belong in. I like knowing the box that I actually do. And apparently my personality, I'm an INFJ, allegedly is supposed to be rare, but I find so many INFJs so fucking easily. Like there's so many people that I'm just like, I know, I can just tell. I know you're just like me. And I think it's just like-minded people who just gravitate to each other, right? Like you just like are naturally drawn to people that are similar to you. You got the mediator one. Frig, which one's that? Hang on. I don't remember that. Yeah, I know. That's okay. We can find it off of that. INFP! Okay, that makes so much sense. So I actually waver. I'm when I was younger, I was definitely INFP, and then like as I took the test more recently, well, I wouldn't even say recent, it was INFJ, but like that last letter, I'm like almost 50-50 on. So I'm kind of like on the edge for that one. Oh! Yeah, like no wonder why we relate to each other then. I kind of feel like Aries is more pale, but it's showing up as darker on here. I'll trust, and like I said, I can change it later if I need to. Well, that's awesome. Like I said, the whole goal to streaming in general was to encounter like-minded people that have similar interests, so I'm so happy that it worked out that way. I'm happy that we met. Yeah, INF people are like a good vibe. Again, I can usually just tell when people fall under that one. Just like, you're like me. And if you like read up on that personality type, like artists is a pretty common job or career for that group. And healthcare, which I was like when I first took the personality test in high school and I saw that healthcare, I was like, nope, fuck that, that's not gonna happen. And then here I am working in healthcare, so joke's on you, past Hoseki. And you're actually pretty good at it, kinda. Just gotta work on the emotional aspects. I think I'm good at what I do, honestly. I just need to find a healthier work environment. It doesn't help that I don't drive, so like the higher paying positions are the ones where you like can go to people's homes and do like personal care for like rich people. But yeah, I don't drive, so that makes it a little difficult. Understandable. It's not. I know I really should drive, but yeah. There were some trauma-y elements to why I don't, but I need to get over that. I am pretty much over it. Just like, I don't know. Especially in the area that I live in, like I live near one of the biggest highways in the world. And like you constantly hear about people like dying in car crashes, and like even in my town, in my city, I see idiot drivers everywhere, and it's just like, I don't know, I get nervous about other people. You know, like just a split second can make a huge impactable difference, you know? Like you have to have a really on it reaction time. It's like you could just die in like a split second. That kind of like freaks me out, the whole driving thing. And like I don't know how I'd react as an anxious creature. I'm sure I'd be fine though. You know, you shouldn't let your fears rule your life and everything. I had someone close to me die pretty young. Yeah, and it kind of like spooked me. I have like panic attacks driving or like being a passenger in the winter and stuff, but I'm kind of like, I'm better at that. Winter driving in general is just freaking scary. It's to the point where like I don't even get together with my family for Christmas. I'm just like, why don't we just like do Christmas in July instead? Because like you guys are my favorite people, and I don't want you guys risking yourselves in like freaking stormy, snowy weather just to see me for a holiday that doesn't necessarily need to be like, we're not Christian or anything, so we can celebrate whenever. It doesn't need to be when it's like deadly snowy out, you know? Because I remember being a kid and driving through like freaking blizzards on the highway where you can't see anything. You can't see the cars in front of you or around you. Like, nah, fuck that. Fuck that. I'd rather you stay safe. I don't want anything happening to my favorite people. So yeah, my family and I don't get together for Christmas. We get together in like for Thanksgiving and like for in the summer and stuff. Because my family's so spread out. So like some of them live up north, some of them live out east, west, south. Like they're all just like hours apart. Canada is freaking huge. I thought it was funny. One of my fellow streamer friends was like, "Oh, you guys both live in Canada. You guys could like hang out and stuff." And I'm like, they're like 12 hours away from me. Like, they're like a 12-hour drive from me. No, it's not like they're just next door. Canada is freaking huge. Like in Europe, you travel through like 6 different countries to travel the same distance, blah 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 blah. But now you drive for freaking 12 hours and you're still in Canada. Yeah, just next door. Yeah, you can just like casually like go out for lunch to a different freaking country. Like that's amazing to me. Mind blowing. Like I guess I can hop down to the States, to the US of A, but that's it. Otherwise it's a lot. I haven't even like been that many places in Canada because it's just so big. As someone from Ireland, what countries have you been to? I have been to Ontario, Canada, No other province, just Ontario. And I've been to Texas and I've been to New York. And that's it. I haven't even left my own province. It's wild. I mean, my dad lives in Ontario, and it's still a 5-hour drive to get to him, so. UK, Paris, Greece, Germany. Oh, what did I drop? But mainly travel around Ireland because we still gotta fly a good few hours to actually get to Europe. I see. All of those places I hear are beautiful. I'm jealous. I was too poor when my school did the Europe trip, so I didn't get to experience that. And my family are actually from Ireland, Scotland, and Holland. So I feel like I have an obligation to go see what's up. There we go. Alright, pinks and reds. And green. Eris and Tifa were pretty easy. It's just Cloud that I was struggling with just because they just didn't quite have the right shades. Feel very limited. I think that one. Oh. I was thinking for my next Perler stream, I will teach people how to make one of these. So I think on my next like Perler stream, whatever that is, we'll make the pattern for the Pokeballs. I'll iron them and then I'll show you guys how to put them together. They are just kind of like a puzzle. Like you just kind of put them together. It's really neat. These are the first 3D Perler things I've ever made. And they're a little tricky because I make them out of the mini Perlers. So they're a little delicate. Like if we made them out of like the big ones like these, they wouldn't be so delicate. Like these are this is thick and sturdy. It's like you can bend this and nothing will happen to it. But I really like the look of the mini Perlers. I just think it's so like, I don't know, I like the aesthetic a little bit more. Super cute! Yeah. I think this is going well. Thank you for keeping me company while I'm just chilling making Perlers. This has been nice. Like people suggested to me that I should... Oh, I missed a shade of brown in her hair. I'll have to get to that. People suggested to me that I should, and I was like, I don't know. Like I feel like it'd be kind of boring. Like I don't think I'd have enough to talk about to fill this void. Normally when I'm making Perlers, I usually like listen to like psychology podcasts or Greek mythology or like just like watch anime or something that interests me. Listen to music, you know. Not used to chit-chatting, so I thought like maybe chit-chatting would make it too distracting and I'd keep making mistakes, but no, it's working out pretty good. Where's the brown? There's the brown. Oh! We're back to Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy X! Those are so cool! Thank you! I want to try more complicated ones. So like this is just my like baby starting out something simple. But some people make like some elaborate... I've seen people do Final Fantasy characters. I've seen people do three-dimensional Pokemon. So I definitely want to try something a little bit more complicated. Like I said though, since I work with the miniature Perlers, it makes it a little bit harder because it's like they're really delicate. So if you put pressure in the wrong places, you could like break them. Trying to put them together. So I definitely wanted to start out small, but now that I've tried it out, I'm like, yeah, let's try out something harder. So I was requested by a follower to make Diglett. So that'll probably be the next one that I make. That brown's a little too beige, but I'll fix that later. Pink and red. We're almost done. Kind of pinky red. I think I have that. That might be a little bit too pinky. We'll see. And then soft pink for her dress. Although a little bit more vibrant would be cute. Yeah, I think that'd be cute. Maybe that is too vibrant. Ah, this music makes my soul happy. Maybe we'll do that for the dress. I think it's cool being able to talk and such. Perler streams are really cool. It's like IRL pixel art. If that, it is. That's literally what it is, right? It is literally just pixel art. I thought it was funny. Somebody was giving away some of my perlers on their stream, and somebody was like, they made a comment saying that like anybody can do it, as if that was like a negative thing, and I was like, no, yeah, exactly. Like you're right. Anyone can do it, and that's awesome. Oh, she's really blurry. I love that it's something that anyone can pick up if they really want to. Some people don't really like have the patience for it, or you know, the hand-eye coordination, but literally as long as you can follow a pattern, you can do it. And I honestly, I encourage people to get into it. It's a really nice, casual, semi-artistic hobby. And it makes me really happy on my Perler decks when I get messages from people saying, like, you inspired me to start doing it with my kids, and it's like, that's something that we do to bond together, and I'm just like, that's freaking fantastic. That's amazing. You know, because I'm not doing anything unique. Like, many other people have made these things. It's very easy. You know, it's nothing super special, but it is kind of special in a way because it's like bringing people together, you know? So I love when I get messages from people saying like, look what my kid made, or look what I made, or like they're like, oh, I hope you don't mind that I like copied your thing. It's like, I'm copying things, so you're not copying from me. I'm copying from Pokemon, so I don't own this shit. It's fine. And like if you want to get into it, please do, and I'll give you advice on it if you need, and like I'll let you know where I get my supplies from even. Like, I don't care. I'm not in it to make big bucks or anything. I'm just in it, like I said, I'm just in it to connect with people. Makes me really happy when people show me what they're working on. Somebody actually sent me a message saying that they made one of my perler, like the derpy Pokemon perlers, into a cross stitch. And it was so cool, and I'm like, damn, that's so smart, because like cross stitching's just pixel art too, so that kind of makes me want to give that a try. I'm not loving these shades of pink. That's why you're in the top 5 coolest people. Oh, okay, sure, buddy, whatever you say. I appreciate the sentiment. You know what? Fuck it. I am pretty cool. You're right. Right? Confidence. Have confidence. Don't shut it down. My instinct's like, nah. But no, you're right. Yeah, I'm pretty cool and you're pretty cool too. Own it. That's right. Right? Right, queen? I don't like that shade of pink for that. It's fine. Just leave it. No, I'm not gonna leave it. Why am I like this? Lost in darkest blue, endless labyrinth weaving through. So I'm sitting here with a ring light, and it's getting really hot real fast. I had to too much information, but I had to abandon pants because like the heat that this thing gives off is like unexpected. Definitely would be better to do these streams in the daytime when you have the natural sunlight. Not that we're getting much sunlight. It's like mostly cloudy, but okay, let's try this pink instead. I think I can live with it. And then I don't know if I'll have the boards to do Sephiroth and Zack. Maybe, I don't know, will they fit in the little board? They will. Okay, yeah, I can do that then. You don't have to stick around the whole time, by the way. Like, I'm content. I do appreciate the company, though. Having somebody to chit-chat with always helps, but I know we've been at it for a long time. How long has it been? 2 hours and 45 minutes. That's pretty good. Actually, my phone is dying. Even though I have it plugged in. Maybe after Aries I might play some Hades or something. Because I've been wanting to do that on stream for quite a while. I just keep not doing it, so this would be a good excuse. Might change the category up. Okay, she needs red for her little jacket. Man, I'm so excited to play Rebirth one day. Eventually. It'll be so nice. To see those like characters that you're used to seeing in like little pixely, low poly style in like modern day graphics. It's just such a treat. I missed a sandy bead in there. Oh, missed a spot. And then gray for her bangle. Yeah. Hey, that's pretty good though. Honestly, I expected to mess up a lot more than I have, so. Like even as I'm just like casually watching stuff, I'll like miss. If you're doing the line art and you miss like one bead, like it's just like not quite in the right place, you'll just mess up the rest of the piece. And then you gotta go figure out where your mess up was. But no, I'm surprised that even though we're like chit-chatting and stuff, I still managed to not mess up that much. Ah, they look so cute! And then I'll post a group photo of all the Final Fantasy characters tomorrow as a late, happy Final Fantasy Rebirth release. It's the perfect plan. Wait, what am I missing there? Oh, skin. Wait, no, what? Yeah, skin. I'm missing skin. I'm missing skin is a really weird statement to say. That's like concerning, like you should see a doctor about that kind of thing. I'm missing skin there, and then sand in her face. In her face. I wish I had a big enough desk to have all my perler stuff on my desks. I don't have to keep leaning over like this. There we go! Aries, Cloud, and Tifa, and then the Pack and Perl. Nice. And then I'll make Cloud or Zach and Sephiroth later, because my back's getting sore hunching over like this. So I think I will take a break and switch over to some Hades, because I've been wanting to play that in stream for a long time. And I will iron these tomorrow, and I will post them on Perler decks. So stay tuned on the Instagram to see them complete. So I don't have enough room to do the ironing on my desk. It just works out better. I have like a little ironing station elsewhere when I do all my ironing. Well, should we? One player in the bingo. Should we open this Final Fantasy pack? As I said I was gonna. Belzeby, do you want some Final Fantasy cards? Because I'm assuming you're the one that's in the bingo, correct? Or Willow, sorry, I should call you that. I should call you whatever it is you're identifying as right now. Okay. That would be me if you want to pass them on to someone else. I mean, there's no one else, so either they're for you or I'm keeping them, you know? Like, but they're getting open. They're getting open in this stream. That was the plan, so. Let me just make sure stuff's not blurry, and then we're gonna crack this open. Because we're celebrating Final Fantasy Rebirth. I've had this pack for a long time. I've been itching to open it, so. Why do they put this hair on the side like that? Alright. They like nice quality compared to frickin' Pokemon. I don't know if there's a card trick or anything. Let's see if we can get the lighting better. Yeah, my hand looks really gross from the angle. I love this camera arm. Oh, Weatherinos. Alright, happy Final Fantasy Day. Punctuation is key. I'm a fraud. Why are you a fraud? Hello? You're a fraud, then I'm a fraud too, my friend. Ooh. The motorbicycle. Motorcycle Shivas from frickin' the Final Fantasy 13. Motorbicycle. We got Arim. A classic. Oh, he's from 9. I'm like, I don't recognize that one. Motorbicycle. That's just what they're called now. Final Fantasy Tactics was one of my favorites. I love Tactics. Dragoon. And we got Jessie! That's so perfect! We got Final Fantasy character. Crap, I should make Jessie too, like, she's not being represented here. She's such a she's like one of the best girls, and then she's overshadowed by Ares and Tifa. Some Final Fantasy 15, Garland, Restrictor. It's Final Fantasy 7 as well, but I don't recognize that. I don't remember that. Realm. There we go. Jessie was definitely the exciting hit in that one. Nice. I like that. I like that we happened to get a Final Fantasy 7 character for Final Fantasy 7 release day. Put her in a sleeve. Motorbicycle, let's go! Yeah, that's our best pull. There we go. Well, that was fun, and that went better than I expected. Yeah. So I appreciate people for keeping me company while I do some perlering. I'll definitely do that again. It won't be something I do all the time, but I don't know. I figure perling is a good way to tie into my card streams though, because it's a good like casual kind of buffer. And there's no pressure on anyone. I'm not sitting here like there's a lot of card streamers that like I'm not trying to judge or throw shade, but when they don't have people buying things, they just like kind of sit there and don't do anything, and then they like put pressure on people to buy things. Well, I don't have to do that because I can just like make perlers. Who cares? But I am going to take a break, and I'm gonna switch over to some Hades. So, if all you're here for was for the perlering and chill, then I appreciate you for being here, and I hope you have a great night. Anyone that might happen to be lurking, I appreciate you. And I will be playing Hades next. So I'm gonna switch that over. Anyway, I'm gonna take a break. Bye!